From now on, my full-time job is finding a guy who's going to take care of me.
You guys are responsible for me and everything else that comes with me.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the MST channel where we talk about all things hypergamy. We're back with chapter 6 of In Too Deep, Carrying a Married Man's Baby. Chapter 6, Maria. Tomorrow is my trip to Houston with Gerard. I'm a little apprehensive about it. He still doesn't know I don't want to share rooms with him, and I didn't plan on telling him until we got there. Suddenly, I received a text from my sister Melissa, who was away at college. "Hey sis, how are you?" she texted. "Hey Mel, I'm fine. How are you, sis?" I replied. "I'm okay, Maria, but I have some news," she wrote. "News?" I responded. "Yeah, I don't know how to say this, but here goes. I'm pregnant." My eyes popped out of my head as I read the message. I didn't know what to say. "Maria, are you there?" my sister texted back. "Yeah, I'm here, Mel. I'm just shocked," I responded. My sister was normally the responsible one, so I didn't know how she could let this happen to her. "I know, I'm pretty shocked too, Maria. I took 2 pregnancy tests, and I confirmed it yesterday officially at the doctor." "So what is Brandon saying about this?" I asked. He was surprised at first, but he wants to be a father and insisted that I keep it. Brandon came from a very wealthy family, so no doubt my sister Melissa would be well taken care of. Another thing, sis, he asked me to marry him, and I said yes. "Oh my God, congratulations, Mel. That's awesome." "Thank you, sis." When Brandon told his dad, he was a bit disappointed because he wanted him to finish college first, but he gave Brandon and I his blessing, said Melissa. However, he said Brandon was doing the right thing by stepping up. "Well, that's very honorable of him," I replied. "Sis, I gotta get back to class, but I'll fill you in later," said Melissa. "Okay, sis, bye. Love you," I responded. Wow, my sister is engaged and pregnant. I'm glad she chose someone as mature as Brandon. He was a junior in college and was already working at his dad's company. He was kind of nerdy, but very sweet and respectful. And my sister was a little crazy, so they balanced each other out. After texting with my sister, I finished packing my luggage for my trip tomorrow. I then heard my secret phone start to go off. It was Mr. John texting me on Sexy Cam Live asking if we're still on for this evening. "Of course we are," I replied. "Don't forget the dildo," he said. "I won't, baby," I replied, disgusted. He did send the extra $500 for the dildo play, but every time I heard that word, I cringed. I hated those things. I put on some black lace thigh-high stockings with the matching panties and bra set. I put my lace mask on and bright red lipstick. I pulled the dildo out of the box, washed it off squeaky clean with Dawn soap, and dried it off. I carefully stuck it to the wall and rolled a condom on it. My computer started going off. It was John calling. I answered and began our Sexy Cam Live web session. The sound of my alarm clock woke me up at 4:30 a.m. I prayed, then got up out of bed. took a shower, and put on my matching skirt and jacket set that looked more dressy than casual. I put on my red bottom, black patent pumps, my fake tennis bracelets with my Tiffany earrings, and I then called my Uber. I then did a light quick makeup before leaving for the airport. About 10 to 15 minutes later, my Uber pulled up while I was applying my lipstick. I grabbed my luggage and purse and headed outside. It was still kind of dark out. On my way to the airport, Gerard sent me a text that he was already at the airport and that I should meet him in the lounge. After arriving to the airport, I checked my bags in and went through the security checkpoint. I took the elevator up to the lounge and spotted Gerard drinking coffee over in the corner. As I walked over to him, I noticed older gentlemen kept staring me down like they wanted a piece of me. I could tell some of them were very wealthy by the timepieces they wore. It's like I was in a cookie jar of rich men. There's no way I wasn't gonna dip my hand in. As I walked up to Gerard, he stood up to give me a hug and a peck on my cheek. "Good morning, beautiful," he greeted me. "Good morning, baby," I responded as he pulled out the chair for me. "What would you like to eat?" he asked. "I'm not sure as yet," I responded. "Well, we still have about an hour and a half to go, so you can walk around the buffet to see what you would like," Gerard said, smiling. "Or you can just order with the QR code on the desk." "Okay, baby," I said. While Gerard was chatting away, I was staring all over the lounge. I've never flown first class on Delta, much less to access their lounge. I've always heard you've had to have some big credit card to come up here. I guess Gerard did because he booked our tickets. "So you didn't tell me your name was Maria," he said, bringing me out of my gaze. "Well, I don't give everyone my real name immediately until I know I can trust them," I replied. Gerard smiled and said, "I like that you're cautious, baby. However, you can trust me. I won't bite." "Good to know," I said, with a fake smile. I didn't care that he now knew my name. Of course he would. He had to get the tickets to take me to Houston. At this point, he had already paid me 10 grand, so he earned it, I guess. "I'm gonna touch up my face," I said as I got up to go look for the bathroom. I wanted to know my way around the lounge and give the rich men a chance to watch this ass move in motion. I was determined to land another whale before the flight takes off. Luckily for me, the bathroom was far enough for me to visually scan the room. There were plenty of men underage. There were barely any men under the age of 40 years old, and some coupled up, but the rest were looking like they were heading out on business by the suits they were wearing. As I entered the bathroom, there was a woman doing her makeup. She was dressed in a full suit of Prada from head to toe. She looked maybe late 20s, and she smiled. She looked maybe in her late 20s. She looked up and smiled at me. I smiled back. "Where are you headed?" she asked. "Houston," I responded. "Nice, I'm Brit," she said, extending her arm. "I'm Maria," I replied as I shook her hand. "So where are you headed?" I asked her. "Dallas," she replied. I could tell this girl was a sugar baby. Her aura spoke volumes. "What's your Instagram?" she asked me. I gave her my Instagram handle and she followed me. "It was nice to meet you, Maria," she said, smiling as she exited the bathroom. I checked my face and reapplied some translucent powder to mattify my face. I then reapplied my Dior red lipstick. If you guys have reached this far in this story, please hit the subscribe and the thumbs up if you are enjoying this, and comment your thoughts down below. I then walked out of the bathroom. The bathroom was in a long hallway from the seating area, and as I exited, I locked eyes with a gentleman in a Moschino suit. He was white, tall, and slightly gray-haired. He looked about early 50s. "I love your shoes," he said, smiling. "Thank you," I replied. "My name is Brad," he said, extending his arm for a handshake. I couldn't help but notice the Patek on his wrist. "Hi, Brad. I'm Maria," I replied. "Here's my card. Text or call me. I would love to get to know you," he said. "Okay," I said, smiling. "My plane leaves soon. I look forward to hearing from you, beautiful lady." I smiled as he walked away. As I exited the hallway into the dining area, I slowly walked over to the buffet. I wasn't really hungry, but it gave me enough time to rock my outfit and show off these freshly shaved and moisturized legs. The guys couldn't stop staring. Suddenly, as I grabbed some grapes to put on my plate, a guy walked up, looking like he was in his mid-40s. He slipped his card and winked at me and put a bagel and cream cheese wedge on his plate and walked off. He then sat down with a woman who seemed to be his girlfriend. They looked like they had money too, judging by the Rimowa luggages next to them, and his girlfriend carried a Birkin. What a jerk. His girlfriend was right there, and he's out here slipping his business cards to other women. It's a cold world. This was too easy. I slipped the cards into my purse and walked back over to Gerard with my plate of grapes and a bottle of water. Gerard was on his computer. "Is that all you're gonna have?" he asked, looking up from his laptop. "Yeah, I'm not that hungry," I replied. "Okay, baby. Well, I ordered me a bacon and cheese sandwich," said Gerard. "They should bring it out soon." "Did I tell you your legs looked amazing?" Gerard asked. "Yes, you have, about 1,000,000 times," I joked. "I can't wait to taste them," Gerard whispered while staring at me. I gave him the resting bitch face, and he immediately started apologizing. "It's okay. I just don't do PDA or dirty talk in public," I said. "Okay, baby, I understand," he responded. We talked and laughed until it was time to go on our flight. Gerard knew how to keep a conversation going, which was good for me because I wasn't a talker. We took our seats in first class and got comfortable. It was about a 2-hour flight. It will be about a 2-hour flight over to Houston, so we wouldn't be in the air that long. Gerard told me that he had a meeting shortly after we landed, so he was going to take a nap. I wasn't sleepy. In fact, I was excited to see Houston and to finally see Sheila again. So, while we were in the air, I became bored and I decided to connect to the Wi-Fi. I opened my Instagram and saw the notification that Brit had followed me. I decided to check out her page. My first impression of her page is that she's a jet setter. She has highlights from Greece, Spain, Jamaica, London, and a lot more. I also noticed that she frequented Miami and Dallas a lot. It was clear that she was well off, and I scrolled through her feed of her unboxing her Birkin bags, expensive jewelry, and shoes. She even did an empty penthouse apartment tour that was just posted last week with the caption, "Thank you to my man." I then followed her back and tried to take a nap for the rest of the flight. That was chapter 6 of In Too Deep, Carrying a Married Man's Baby. What are your thoughts down below? I do want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video for chapter 7. Bye.